Windows 11 has strict system requirements. This video will guide you through the process of checking if your existing PC can run Windows 11 smoothly, ensuring you can confidently upgrade to the latest operating system. The simplest way to check if your PC meets the Windows 11 system requirements is to use the PC Health Check app. It simply analyzes your hardware against the system requirements and tells you whether they are met or not. If your computer meets the system requirements, a message will also indicate this in the Windows Update section of settings. If not, you won't see a message in the Settings app. We also have some extra guidance, depending on how old your PC is and which version of Windows it came pre-installed with. A modern PC that was manufactured and designed in 2019 or later should fully support Windows 11 and perform well for at least another 8 to 10 years. Most PCs from that era are equipped with processors and other hardware that meet the minimum requirements for Windows 11, so you should be able to go ahead with the upgrade using the Windows 11 Installation Assistant. Computers designed at this time are often equipped with TPM 2.0 and Secure Boot, which are both required for Windows 11, but the processor may not be on Microsoft's supported list. Windows 11 officially supports Intel processors starting from the 8th generation and AMD processors starting from the Ryzen 2000 series. This means an Intel processor from late 2017 or later and an AMD processor from early 2018 or later. However, computers from this era will probably still run Windows 11 quite well and offer good performance for at least another 5 years, even if the processor is slightly below the minimum requirement. Upgrading will require a simple registry edit to allow upgrades with an unsupported processor. Computers originally designed for Windows 7 or 8 are now well over 10 years old and are considered low-end by today's standards. While they can still offer good performance for basic tasks, like web browsing and word processing, they're not ideal for demanding tasks like intensive gaming or heavy video editing due to their older hardware. Most computers from this era include TPM 1.2, but not TPM 2.0, which Windows 11 relies on for some security features. In addition, Secure Boot was introduced with Windows 8 and is typically found on systems designed for Windows 8 and later, so computers that came with Windows 7 won't support it. Even on a computer without any TPM, Secure Boot, or UEFI firmware, you can use a utility like Rufus to skip the compatibility checks and upgrade your old PC to Windows 11. With Windows 11, the developer added some features to make it easier to install the new operating system on unsupported computers, since it can bypass the requirements. But you will have to keep in mind that some older hardware has a good reason for being unsupported. Performance and stability may not be the best on some older computers, so you may experience issues like system crashes and a slow system. At some point, it's best to purchase a new computer that comes with Windows 11 or consider Linux. It will probably be some time before this becomes a major issue, but upgrading to Windows 11 on very unsupported hardware may mean that you're not able to get future updates. At some point, a major Windows 11 update might break the functionality of the operating system on older hardware designed for Windows 7 or 8 and force you to uninstall the update. For example, Windows 11 introduced new restrictions in the 24H2 update, which now requires a processor that supports the SSE 4.2 and population count instructions. Most PCs with Intel processors from 2009 or later, or AMD processors from 2013 or later, will meet these requirements. But if your processor doesn't support these instructions, it's impossible to boot Windows 11, and not even Rufus can help you bypass these restrictions. Since AMD didn't begin fully supporting the SSE 4.2 instructions until 2013, your computer might not be supported if it's equipped with an AMD processor. Computers originally designed for Windows Vista or Windows XP are unlikely to handle Windows 11 and will almost certainly experience slow performance and system instability. Starting with version 24H2, very old processors from 2008 and earlier won't work with Windows 11 anymore, as they don't support the streaming extensions and instructions that Windows 11 requires. There's no workaround to bypass the SSE 4.2 requirement, as the operating system code relies on these instructions. However, older versions of Windows 11 like 23H2 may still be compatible with processors that don't support SSE 4.2. While computers from this era may still function for basic tasks, it's unlikely that upgrading to Windows 11 will be a smooth experience. At this time, a computer designed for Windows XP is at least 20 years old, and a computer designed for Windows Vista is 15 years old or more. Hardware and software have advanced a lot since then, and probably won't be powerful enough to run Windows 11 effectively. It's best to consider alternatives, like Linux, for these computers. If you're looking for long-term support on older hardware, a good alternative is Linux. Linux comes with a variety of distributions and generally works well on older computers. If your computer could run Windows 10, it's likely that it can also run a Linux distribution, such as Linux Mint or Ubuntu. This can greatly extend the life of older hardware. When installing Linux, you have two options. You can replace Windows entirely with Linux, or you can set up a dual boot system where you can choose between Windows and Linux each time you start your computer. If you want to stay up to date with more insightful content like this, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. To receive notifications whenever our channel posts new content, you can also click on the bell icon.